what makes them so mad is when you don't want to be a part of their club. That pisses.
What makes them so frantic is the point at which you would rather not be a piece of the club that irritates them. Not a single one of them. Not even one of them tell me, hello, I'm Illuminati, you understand what I'm talking about. I don't take part in absolutely no part of that. So and who? Cian Carter I. Would you say that is the middle, and truly the financial specialist that is what they call me when they need to talk that government policy. G have assaulted properties possessed by performer and maker Shay Diddy Khan, so it seems to be Ice 3D Square is blending the pot again, alluding to some truly obscure stuff Jay-Z and Diddy may be concealing. You could have to prepare yourselves for this one, on the grounds that the tea he purportedly going to spill will undoubtedly leave all of us shook step by step, its inclination increasingly more like Jay-Z, may be going down a similar rough street as Diddy. And it appears as though there's a ton we haven't even caught wind of yet. As per Ice Shape, there's an entire tangled trap of murkiness connecting Jay-Z, Diddy, and they've been in some really terrible stuff covering each other's tracks meanwhile, and dislike Jay-Z cut attaches with Diddy until the last minute word has it he was hanging on close to stay quiet about his own association, yet presently with Diddy confronting a blast of claims left and right, people are estimating that Jay-Z may be next in line for some serious examination. Yet we should stop and contemplate briefly, how did Jay-Z surprisingly end up chummy with somebody like Diddy in any case, and what in the world could Jay-Z be so frantic to keep stowed away very much? How about we get into it? Seems to be Jay-Z may be experiencing the intensity with Ice. Solid Shapes evidently giving everything away on a few pretty troubling insights concerning the connection among him and Diddy. Word on the road is the data Ice Shapes got could be the last nail in Jay's vocation casket, possibly sending him directly to the doghouse. Supposedly Ice Shape hasn't kept this succulent intel to himself. Either a few murmurs propose he's doled it out to the specialists, expecting to bring both Jay and Diddy crashing down, and we should discuss the spotlight Jay-Z's bit under of late. With all the soil surfacing about Diddy, people are estimating whether Jay's next in peril. Storm Monroe, an inside source who appears to have a finger on the beat of this entire show as of late, dropped a video talking about how Jay may be confronting a comparative flood of claims once the residue chooses the Diddy circumstance. As per Storm, there are a few obscure figures calling the shots in the background, coordinating Diddy's ruin and possibly hauling Jay-Z into the fight. He's indicating some obscure stuff Jay supposedly got into throughout the long term that the public won't be too excited about. He likewise discussed Jay-Z's previous joint efforts with R. Kelly and how great PR and a solid handle on the business can do some amazing things in keeping skeletons solidly secured in the storeroom. I suppose you can say the public embarrassment, essentially, after the significant narratives come out just after they are finished with Diddy. Jay's is up close to be uncovered. Appropriate. For reasons unknown, you all prefer to helpfully fail to remember what age Saucy Brown was, the point at which he was with her. You all prefer to fail to remember that he was moving with R. Kelly and they was doing a ton of things to evidently wedded her when she was only 15. Better believe it. That is a significant no on the grounds that legitimately she was unable to sign any reports for herself, required a parent or watchman for that. Yet R. Kelly figured out how to make some things happen and got administrative work that said Aaliyah was 18 and cool to agree to marriage. Quick forward, reality emerged and transforms out R. Kelly very much into his 20s at the time, had manufactured reports to weed a kid. The marriage got an olded, yet Hollywood has a few genuinely wrecked dealings, doesn't it? Here's the insane part. Some way or another, the man figured out how to stay away from jail. I realize it seems like 1,000 regulations got broken right yet. You know how it goes in Hollywood. On the off chance that you have sufficient cash and impact, you can cause things to vanish and pull off a wide range of stuff currently envisioned. Assuming that this entire wreck went down in 2024, R. Kelly would presumably get hit with the drop train. Monstrous virtual entertainment commotion, examinations for fashioning reports and wedding a kid, and a quick exit from the business. Yet it was the 90s, an alternate time. Here's the thing, Jay-Z didn't drop R. Kelly or even stay away. No, they proceeded to drop a gem collection and, surprisingly, hit the road together on Visit Panther Right, ringed in, and thought it was a wide range of bizarre, and couldn't sort out how Jay-Z was cool with engaging with R. Kelly. Jay-Z appeared to be thoroughly fine with R. Kelly being with a minor in any event. Wedding her makes you question his ethics, right? As a matter of fact, back in 2002, Nas dropped the clue that Jay-Z was hip to what R. Kelly was doing with underage young ladies, including Elia. He let the cat out of the bag to Wendy Williams on the radio when a tape of R. Kelly with a more youthful young lady surfaced. He said, then it simply happened like that. I was attempting, everyone was attempting. Gee, he was going hard now. Two pals doing combating it out for a similar young lady. Complete calamity in the works. Envy kicked in quick, particularly since Aaliyah was shuffling dates with the two of them. Yet here's the curve. Aaliyah began inclining toward woman and Jay-Z wasn't feeling it now. We as a whole know Jay-Z doesn't deal with misfortunes well. Everything went south when Aaliyah and Lady took things up a score and Jay-Z got the scoop at a 4th of July slam. They generally hit up Puma right. Spill the tea, backing up woman's story. Supposedly, Jay-Z pursued his retribution game solid by destroying woman's business and selling him out, all since woman got the young lady. Everyone that knows seeing cuter realizes that anybody in any relationship for $1 take a gander at how he did to do it the manner in which he did. It's vindictive, yet perhaps that was on the grounds that young lady that didn't need you in any case. Jay-Z moved his concentration from Aaliyah to Beyonce, intending to be important for Hollywood's definitive influence. Couple issue was for that fantasy to happen. He really wanted Beyonce to be the top woman in Hollywood. Presently, don't get me wrong, Beyonce was bound to exceed all expectations regardless of Jay-Z. Yet rewind to when they originally ran into each other. Beyonce had recently gotten out of Predetermination's Kid and was hustling to leave her imprint. In the meantime, Aaliyah was at that point cutting out her own path, prepared to vanquish the world. However, at that point, misfortune struck, and Aaliyah left a void at the top. As per Puma right, that wasn't an occurrence. It prepared for Beyonce to step into the spotlight. Yet here's the intriguing thing. There's some discussion that Aaliyah's passing probably won't have been an oddity mishap, yet a perfectly tuned plan. How about we do a speedy recap on that? So Aaliyah's passing wasn't some arbitrary mishap just after the accident. Reports guaranteed that the little plane was overburdened by 200 or 300 red pounds. In addition to the weight wasn't fanned out equally, making it a wreck to control once it took off. It turns out the pilot wasn't okay either. Man allegedly faked his permit and was undeniably screwed up on, and who can say for sure what else. When the mishap went down, Aaliyah wasn't even enthusiastic about bouncing on that plane. She directly voiced her stresses over getting on the plane. There was even an observer, Kathy Lowley, spilled the deets in her book Child Young Lady, otherwise called Aaliyah. So there's this 13-year-old Kingsley Russell, whose fam runs a taxi hustle in the Abaco Islands. Back on August 25, 2001, he's moving with Aaliyah as her crew heads to the air terminal for her trip back to the U.S. And get this, when Aaliyah peeped the plane, she was like no convoluted and made a beeline for the taxi as told by Kingsley. So, after Aaliyah pulled